Hi guys, this is Vanngo. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I invite the beautiful Sana back from here. She lent me her gorgeous canvas to create this like dark smoky eye for every type of eyes, but it's more for hooded eye. I hope you enjoy the video and learn something about the makeup. Give my channel always a lot of love. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. And don't forget to follow all of us on Instagram as well. Thank you. To start every makeup, I always prep the skincare first. The first product I use is always the lip balm. And this one is the BioFX lip balm. I scoop it out a little bit on the bullet here. It's very hydrated and moisturizes lips. It's free of tint. And it's good over and under the lip makeup. And you can use this as an overnight lip mask as well. Second product I'm using is also from BioEffect. It's EGF Enhanced Facial Essence. This is more like a mixture between toner and serum. It's very hydrating and it helps to replenishing skin prior to the serum and moisturizer. This is great to prep on the makeup as well. It's very fast absorbing, oil free and fragrance free. And I love to use this essence when people need a little extra hydration, and this really helps to get the serum and moisturizer absorbed in even better. The next product is the EGF Power Serum. This is intensive anti-aging serum. Sana is young, but that's what we call anti-aging. This is a beautiful serum that helps to reduce the appearance of wrinkle and fine line. If you don't have it, then it's anti-aging. This one is plant-based and it's oil-free and it's non-sticky or heavy at all, and this serum is great on the makeup. I love to really press the product into the skin. The next product is the EGF Eye Serum. Usually I use this before the face serum, but it doesn't matter really. This one does have the cooling and depuffing metal roller, so you can apply directly. Just for sanitary reason, I just pump it out. And this helps reducing the appearance of fine line. It's for all skin type. Again, this also free of oil, fragrance, alcohol, and gluten free. For the moisturizer, I'm going to use the EGF Power Cream. This is also an anti-aging moisturizer to boost elasticity and plump the skin. I like to warm it up a little bit. Also oil-free, lightweight, fast absorbing, and no fragrance, alcohol, or gluten. This also beautiful as a nighttime moisturizer as well, and also a great moisturizer for under makeup. Always give some love to the skin. Give a little facial massage. The number one question we will have for me is, because I use a lot of skincare prep, sunscreen and everything, does the makeup slide off? You know what I mean? It doesn't. It's actually help to really keep the makeup stay all day for you. That's a common mistake. People always think that because you put too much moisturizer and everything there, the makeup gonna slide right off. It doesn't. But if you use a lot of moisturizer, I recommend let the moisturizer absorb in the skin a little bit. It makes the skin feel nice and plump. Any extra moisturizer, you can always get a tissue like this first and blot it out. Extra shine, and then you put the sunscreen on, then you do your base. That way the skin doesn't look too luminous or too dewy. And that's the best way to do. So basically take an extra moisturizer, you blot it out. For sunscreen today, I'm going to use the Hello Sunday SPF Invisible On Broad Spectrum SPF 50. And this is the sunscreen and primer combo. So if you're the person who loves primer, this would be a great one for you because it's SPF and primer all in one. It's chemical sunscreen, it's lightweight, it's velvety without the silicone. And don't forget the eye as well when you put sunscreen. And don't forget the neck as well. Sana just told me it feels quite nice on the skin, the sunscreen and primer. This is a newer product I'm trying. So for someone who really like primer, you know, it's easier to have 2-in-1. This one, primer and sunscreen. So this is great for you. It's skip one step, and 2-in-1 would be sometimes a lot less step for you in your makeup routine. The next product I'm going to use is the Kevyn Aucoin Face Forward Color Corrector. It comes like this. So you see this one more peachier for, you know, on the people paler skin, and then this one for deeper skin and someone who would be all over between. You can mix the two together as color corrector. They also come with this green color. You cancel out some of the redness on the face. So you can see that you can cancel a little bit of the redness on the face. This is gonna help you to put a lot less foundation, or the day that you won't want to wear foundation, you can these to cancel some of the redness. I'm going to use the peachy color a little bit for the under eye area and anywhere that need to be corrected a little bit. A little bit around here again. The little palette like this is great, you know. You can use a lot of different purposes. You can mix them. Just a little bit around here. For foundation and concealer today, I'm going to use the foundation from a Turtle. I mean, it's a Korean brand. I could be wrong, so don't murder me. But it's T-I-R-T-I-R. If I pronounce in English, it could be Turtle, but apparently T-I-R, something like that. This is the Mass Fit Red Cushion SPF 40. So I only use SPF, but if you don't want, you can skip the SPF, you can have in the foundation. But a lot of time, you know, foundation have SPF, it's never really enough. So it's great to have SPF first. And the concealer is from Say Beauty. It's called Slip Tint Radiant All Over Concealer. For foundation, talk about foundation. So basically, we pick out two shades. So the first one is gonna be Match the Face. The second one is a little deeper than the face, but it's gonna blend it well to the neck. So when you find foundation for someone like this, that's how you should consider. You talk to the talent or even yourself, or you're gonna blend your foundation to the neck, or you wanna keep your face pale and you don't mind the body darker. So that's really a decision you have to make. Today, at first, we chose this to match the face, but then I look at the body, Sunny a little more tan, because she's smart, she keeps her face off the sun, and that's why I have a second shade, like deeper, is blend to the body. I think I'm gonna blend to the body. So this shade at first, we test, and we do like this, and it blends perfectly into her skin. You see that? So I was like, it's gorgeous for the face, but making the body even look more dark. So I'm just gonna use deeper shades. And as you can see, if I put in here, it's pretty warm compared to her body. But if you blend out and blend to the neck, it's gonna just look seamless together. So we're gonna go for the deeper shades. So this is the cushion foundation. It's high coverage, or you can wear very sheer if you like to. It's smudge proof, radiant finish. And I understand that in the US here, cushion foundation is not popular, but in Asia it's very. You don't need too much. You see that I just use a little bit. I think that pretty much that's all I'm gonna use. And you see that's all you do. You just put a little bit and you just blend it out. And it is always a beautiful finish. It's covered really well, but Sunny have really beautiful skin, so you don't need to use too much. You just use a little bit only. You can use a sponge, you can use the finger, you can use the brush. You see that the color now is look almost like her body color, and it's nice to give Sana a little color as well, since it is spring, so a little color sunscreen is nice. I blend everything to the neck here. Just really beautiful. So you don't really need too much. You see that it's only a few dabs, and that's all you need to blend for the foundation. I love this new foundation brush from Refer. It's quite dense, and it can help you to really deposit the color, or it can help you to spread the products out easily too. It's gorgeous. This is such a beautiful cushion foundation. Sana have gorgeous skin. Just a little pinky, but I like it because it's gonna peek through, and it's gonna, with the blush that I'm doing, I don't want to fully cover the face. You see what I mean? Like someone who have more paler skin face and then deeper on the body. This is a great way to blend it out. So if you want to use the lighter foundation, you can, but if you want to blend to the body, this is a great way. Just choose a little deeper foundation and you just blend together. And then now she just have got back from the holiday. So a little summer sun kiss or spring sun kiss. The next product I'm going to use is Say Beauty Slip Tint Radiant All Over Concealer. I only have 2 shades. I received this in the PR packet. They sent me only 2 shades. This is the lighter shade they sent me. I think they sent for myself. And it's a little deeper, but I want to try it on. I think it's a beautiful concealer. It's lightweight and it's radiant natural finish. You see it's a little deeper. Generally for the under eye area, I would like a little brighter, and then the rest of them I would do a little deeper concealer to match in the foundation, but this shade is actually it's okay. I can use just one shade, and Sana doesn't have any pimple or anything to be covered, so I just use a little bit of that just for under the eye area and around the nose. And this is a medium coverage. It's quite nice and hydrating. So you see that the concealer is perfect for blending with the foundation. But for the under eye, like I said, I usually would prefer a lighter concealer a little bit, but we still can work with this color. Yes, really nice and hydrating concealer. You can use a finger. I'm using a brush for this because I really wanted to dab the product in there. For contour, I'm going to use Westman Atelier Face Tray Contour Stick. The shade I'm using is called Truffle. It's a little deeper, so they have 3 shades, and this is the middle shade that I use. This is a cream contour stick. It gives you a beautiful natural finish. It does give a medium coverage, and it's very easy to blend. If you want to go easier with the contour, you can use the lighter shades. Sana doesn't need the contour, but for the look I'm doing, I want to keep really sculpted. And I know the word contour can sound very negative, you know what I mean? But anything, if you do it well, it could be just gorgeous. The way I do is always really easy to blend, you know, really blend well together, so it's never gonna look really heavy at all. You see that's all I'm gonna put, just all those areas. And for contour, I like to do more high contour because I think it looks more seamless than you do a lower contour, because that's when you see it really sculpted and really carve out the face. And I think it's not look as flattering as this one. This one is just really like just framing the face a little bit. You see the color just blend out beautifully. If you want more, you should add a little more. Do the same thing on this side. See, just like that. I'm doing the same on the other side. So you can see just really subtle contour that I do. It's more really just like bring back the dimension of the face after I do the foundation. I wouldn't call this contour, but you see that you can see a lot more definition on the cheekbone, the jawline, and everything. For powder, I'm going to use Hourglass Cosmetic Veil Translucent Setting Powder. The shade Translucent, they have 2 shades only. I use 2 different brushes. The smaller one, you can use one if you like. Just under the eye area. I try to make it less complicated, but it's a habit. Like, you know, I use a smaller brush under the eye and around the eye, and I use the bigger one for the rest of the face, but you don't have to, you know. Some people prefer to use just a smaller one to get powder everywhere. So it's just personal preference. And something that I addressed many times before, when you use, you know, eye cream or anything, have a little crease here, make sure you blend it out first before you set, because if you don't, it will set exactly all those crease that you have there earlier. And then I set the rest of the face. This powder is ultra refined loose powder. It's talc free and it's give you that, I think it's natural finish but still give you that radiant. I feel like a little sheen still. Sheen from the powder, not because it's matte the skin. It is long wear and it's vegan and cruelty free. For bronzer, I'm going to use Gucci Sunkissed Glow Bronzer. The shade I'm using is number 2. But if you never catch all the name that I talk, all listed in the description box. Everything on the bottom here with the name, the shades and everything. And I mentioned many times before, just very gentle, a little bit at a time. The bronzer also natural finish and it is also long wear. And I used to go back to where I did the contour earlier just to set everything. For eyebrow, I'm going to use 2 eyebrow products from Chemical Beauty. The first one is the Super Fine Eyebrow Pencil Automatique. The shade I'm using is Latte. And the second product is also for Chemical. And this is the Brow Sensei. Transparent, so it's clear. Sana have beautiful eyebrow. You don't need to do much, you can gel them. But I'm gonna fill them in a little bit, make them a little bit more defined. So I'm just gonna go backward a little bit in the front here, which I normally do to deposit the product. And by doing backward like this, you really get the product into the root there. When you do like this, you may just paint it, but this way you can get really into all the corner there. And then you do put backward. And this is really great eyebrow pencil. This is ultra fine tip to create hairline strokes. It is long wear formula and it heat and humidity resistant and also vegan and cruelty free. Let's see. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Something like that. And then for the clear brow gel, this is a long hold. It's flake free. It's really great eyebrow gel actually. And it does contain peptide, which is great for growing and strengthening the hair. And it's also vegan and cruelty free. For eyes, I'm going to use these 4 eyes products. The first one is the Rare Beauty Always an Optimist Weightless Eye Primer. The second one is Rowan Beauty Eye Define Eyeliner Pencil. The shades I'm using are matte black. It's a long wear eye pencil. you can use any black longwear if you like. Sweet Beauty Clown Mascara. And then the last one is the Makeup by Mario Master Matte Eyeshadow Palette, the neutrals. To start, I'm going to use some eyeshadow primer first. This one is weightless, natural finish. It's crease and fade and smudge free, and it's vegan formula. So the eye look I'm going to create is a quick, dramatic, dark, smoky eye, and somewhat for hooded eye makeup, but you can use this concept for all type of eyes as well. So what I'm gonna do is basically I'm gonna put the black all over the inside or the line, a little bit on the upper lashes here, smudge it out, put 3 different eyeshadow, just like a really quick application, the simple application, and then you can get the look. So what you need is a blending brush like this, or even a smaller one. I'm gonna do one eye at a time because this is long wear, so I just don't want it to set before I smudge it. And this is inside the waterline as well. And then close your eyes gently, not too heavy. And I'm gonna put a little bit of the black. And then you can smudge it out. And then just brush it outward like this. So at this point, I think anyone can do that. Pretty easy. You can use a Q-tip to clean it up a little bit. Okay, I'm doing the same on the side. At this point, I think anyone can do that. You just in the waterline, a little on the top, and then you smudge it out. It doesn't have to be too perfect because you're going to overlay the eyeshadow color. But as you can see, if someone who have more hooded or narrow eye, if you just do a little black and smudge it like this, sometimes it make the eye look even tinier or narrower. But what we're gonna do is smoke it out with the eyeshadow. So make it a bit more fuller and wider and bigger and sultrier. So that's what the next step are you gonna do. So you can use lighter shades or darker shade to go the next step. It's up to you. The great thing about this palette is they have all different shade range here. So you can go even deeper or you can go even lighter. I'm gonna go for this gray color, because I think this is like, these color people are always kind of scared to you. They think this cooler tone, I know this is neutral, but for me it is more a cool tone. So it's people always a bit worried, too scared to try. So I'm gonna try that color. You can see this is a brand new palette. It's my first time to try. But like I say, any type eyeshadow palette, if you use the brush like this, smush in there and you apply, it will have fallout. Doesn't matter how amazing the eyeshadow palette is. So that's why I use, this is the first time use. So the best way to use any kind of eyeshadow, always just like that, a little bit at a time. That's all you need. It's actually, there's a lot of color in there already, so you don't have to like do this to get the color in there. You can make a mess when you use the color. So you see it's a little bit at a time. The great thing about hooded eye is that you can apply a lot of colors, and when I look up, it somewhat disappear. So it's very forgiving that way. So for eye shape like this, if you want a really smoky eye, you have to go all the way to where her 40. You see that? So the dark color, you have to go very forward in order to see the color. If you do just a little bit right there, when she look up, it disappears. So keep that in mind for someone hooded eye. That's the difference between people who have hooded eye or flatted eye. The flatted eye you will see right away, but the hooded eye you won't. So you have to make sure you put the color all the way there. So you see I do a little bit like the time, and you see that I dab the color in a little bit at a time, so that way I don't have any fallout. And you just press the color. I would recommend use a flat brush like this when you deposit the color, instead you like a blending brush like this, because I think it's everywhere, it's gonna dust everywhere. So the best way, just use the flat brush. And like I say, using brush is really personal preference, but if you want to doesn't have much fallout when you use dark color, you can just use a flat brush and you just press the color in there. I always do base before eyeshadow, so that's why I always have to be very careful when you apply shadow. It's the same thing what you should as well, is that if you do eyeshadow before, make sure be very mindful. And don't worry about how, it looks like heavy how much you put in there, because once you look up, it disappears. Okay, so Santa looks straight for me. You see that when she look up. So what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna do a little bit on the lower lash line as well. Remember, a little bit at a time. And this part right here, if you want it rounded up, you can stop. If you want to elongate, then you can go a little out more. And you just really press the product in there. Okay, I'm gonna do the same on the other side. So this palette is all matte shades. It's between, warm and cool shades. It is creamy and buildable formula. That's why I say use a little bit at a time. You can keep building them to get the richness that you want. You don't want to put all at once, because that's when you get all the fallout. It's not just this palette, it's any palette in general. Okay, the next step is you can just use one shade more. So I'm gonna find a brush that I like. I'm actually gonna use another blending brush. The difference between the other blending brush is this is pointier and this is a bit more rounder. So instead using a big one like this to blend, I'm gonna use this smaller one. The reason, because if someone have a really big eyelid space, you can use the other one and you can blend it out. But see that I don't want to use the big brush because it may go to the eyebrow. So that's why I use this kind of brush to blend. So right now you can choose any shades. I think I'm going to use this shade right here. It's going to be a transition color for me. So you see so far I use just only one eyeshadow color. Now I use this color. Look up for me. And I dust it up a little bit. You see that? And I just use this as a transition color. And you blend it out. Okay, so I got a little dust, so I just dust it up. And now that same transition color, I'm gonna go right on the crease area. Remember I said earlier already, difference between people who have hooded eye and don't hooded eye is that you can go all the way up without looking too heavy. I know people are gonna feel so scared to use that much eyeshadow on the lid space, but if you want a dramatic eyeshadow, smoky like this, you have to put that much on in order to show the smokiness. If you don't, you only put a little bit on the bottom here, you're not gonna able to get that smoky out. You see that I use this as a transition color. And what I can also do is draw the flash brush. I come back and just bring back some of the deep color. Same thing on this side. You can just use a little Q-tip, soften out the edges, or even the clean brush, and something like this. You clean the soften a little bit, and you're ready to go, and mascara ready to go. Or you can go even one further step. You can do another transition color. You can go a little lighter color, maybe something like this, with this kind of brush, and then you just put somewhere right there and just blend this whole thing out. And I just really blend this whole thing out with that bone color. And again, you can go back to your brushes and bring back some dimension, because sometimes when you apply transition color, you take away some of the depth of color already. So if you want to bring back the depth, you just have to just push it back a little bit like that. And just back and forth. So this way you can just really blend the edge out. What I'm gonna really do is gonna use that small brush earlier. I'm gonna go back and finesse certain area. Before I apply mascara. So what I'm gonna do last step before mascara is, why not use that same brush, a little bit of the black, just on the outer corner here. So it's really a lot of depth there and really lifted the eye. Just that area only. I'm going to curl the lashes, and you should always curl your lashes before you do mascara. It's really helps to lift the eye up. So the mascara is really gonna bring everything together. So that's why for this look, because we do quite dramatic smoky eye, I think you will see the huge difference. So you can use as little you want to, or as much as you want to. It's all personal preference at this point. This is a volumizing mascara. It's thick and smudge free. It gives you tons and tons of volume. I'm gonna give like 2 coats on the upper lashes and 1 on the bottom. And you will see that like mascara, when these kind of makeup look, is make a big difference. Whether you're gonna put lashes on or mascara, it's gonna bring, you see that the eye looks just amazing right away with the mascara. So don't be shy about how much mascara you put on these smoky eye look. For this look, I really want to open the eye out as well. So that's why you see I put a lot of mascara on the lower lashes, which is really, you know, open everything up. You can see like how dramatic, how beautiful the eye look after the mascara. So that's what I'm saying, like when these kind of smoky eye, mascara does bring back everything, like bring everything together for you. For blush, I'm going to use this blush from Jouer Cosmetic. It's a blush bouquet, dual blush. They come in 2 different shades. I really like this formula. They have many different shades, and this one here is very lightweight. It does give you that radiant finish, and it's quite pigmented. My recommendation is just use a brush like this, and then you just, you know, the way I always do, a little bit, because it is pigmented. It's quietly highly pigmented, and you just dab into the skin instead just try to wipe everything. And the great thing about these is that they come 2 different color, so you can play with the color as well. I'm using the brighter color on the high cheekbone, and I use the lighter color on the what you call here, apple of the cheek. So you can just you can overlay the color. So this is great way to use the blush. And they also talc free. You see that? I can do a little bit on top here, and then the lighter color, I just dab 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 here. I'm doing the same on this side. For highlighter, I'm going to use Stila Cosmetic Heaven Huge Highlighter. The shade is Kitten. This to me is more underrated highlighter. It's quite a beautiful highlighter. A lot of people don't talk about it enough, but I think it's still one of my favorite. You can use a fan brush, or you can use a big brush if you want a lot of deposit. I love this one, so lightweight and radiance, and it's long wear. And you see it's just a beautiful highlighter. I'm going very subtle, so that's why I use the fan brush. But I think it's so fine, and it's just gorgeous highlighter. You can use this on wet skin as well, and it gives you that just glossy highlight. Beautiful. But for this, I'm just doing a little bit highlighters only. I don't want it too much. For lips, I'm going to use the Tom Ford Beauty Slim Lips Color Shine. The shade I'm using is 100, or the name again on the description box. This is the limited edition. It's beautiful, it gives beautiful shine finish, and I think one of the experience about this apply shine finish lipstick is you apply directly in the lips. You know, just because I use the brush, it's not give you the same experience. So I'm gonna apply this directly and we can clean them after. But so you don't have to murder me, but you know what I mean? But I think this texture is if you use the lip brush, you may not feel the effect the same way. So I think it's nice. You see that it's a beautiful color, and I'm not gonna use lip brush at all. I'm just gonna use lip brush, just perfecting the shape only. You can see that just a little bit, and then now see, it doesn't give you the same application you apply directly in the lips. So because I'm doing the eye quite strong, you see that I keep the lips, the blush, and everything else pretty soft. And this is a beautiful formula. It's only limited edition, so I just got this in the PR package. It gives you a really nice shine finish, but not too glossy that it doesn't slide off at all. So it still give you that sheen, but still have a good time of long wear. This color is quite beautiful. You know, I mean, it's just gorgeous. Yeah, I just want to do somewhat like a stain. I don't want to do too much, so that's why I didn't want to put too much product in there. I think it's just a really gorgeous color. I'm going to use the BioEffect OS8 Water Mist just to bring back some radiance into the skin. This is hydrating, but it does give you that subtle matte effect, but it still looks very radiant. So you can use this throughout any time throughout the day to really hydrate the skin and refresh the skin on top of makeup. It does have a lot of ingredients, so it's great for the skin. That's the final look, guys. I hope you enjoy the look. I hope you learned something about, you know, smoky eye with hooded eye. Like again, you see that how much depth I put on the crease there, and I go a little bit further there just to create that effect. Otherwise you're not going to see much of the smoky if you do too little on the bottom. And this way it's actually make her eye look less hooded because you go the color all the way up here. I hope you enjoy the video. Give the channel always a lot of love. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and don't forget to follow all of us on Instagram as well. Thank you.